Honey Sriracha Lime Chicken Wings, right out of the Ninja FOODI's digital air fry oven recipe book. And they look fantastic. We're about to find out. I've already went ahead and made it up because they wanted 1 to 24 hours in the refrigerator. Well, I vacuumed them down and left them in there for 3 hours. I'm fixing to add the video where I did that part. I'm John Sanders, also known as Jelly 007. Let's cook some chicken wings in the Ninja FOODI digital air fry oven. Okay, here is their recipe as it calls for in their recipe book. There's what they're supposed to look like when they get done. I don't have those green onions, but here is everything they call for, which is 3 tablespoons of sriracha, a 1/4 cup of honey, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a tablespoon of brown sugar. I bought dark brown. I think that would work better. Didn't say. 1 tablespoon of ground ginger, a zest and juice of 2 limes, and 2.5 pounds of fresh uncooked chicken wings. And it wants you to marinate them, put all that together, and then marinate them in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour and up to 24 hours. So here's everything they called for. I'm going to mix that up, and I'm not going to lie, it sounds a little light on the sauce. I'm not sure it's going to be enough, but I'm going to do it just like they say to start with. And I'm going to put them in this bag and kind of mix them up, and then I'm going to use my food saver, and I'm going to, if I can get them all in these 2 containers, I'm going to put what I call my speed marinade on it, and I'll put a vacuum on those 2 with the wings in there and get that in the refrigerator. And if I can't, I'll leave some in here. Now this is 5 pounds of chicken wings. I'm going to divide that in half for 2 batches, and I'm only going to do 1 here on video, but 2 batches of them right there with right at just what they call for, 2.5 pounds. So anyhow, I'm going to get that started, get all this in here, get it mixed up, get them shaken up right here, and I'll bring y'all back when it's done and let you see what it looks like. Okay, so maybe I was a little hasty on thinking it was not going to be enough. I mean, that looks like it's probably going to be plenty. Now you do have to, you use half of this now, and then you reserve half, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, but you pour half of it on here. I'm going to mix those up, get them coated real well, put them in these containers. I think they might all go in this one. And get a vacuum pulled on that, put them in the refrigerator for at least an hour, and I'll see y'all then. Okay, so for the instructions, it's pretty much set the air fryer to 400 and then set the time for 25 minutes. And then you place the basket on the pan, and then you arrange the chicken wings where they're not crowding each other, which we got 2.5 pounds, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then when the unit's preheated, slide both the basket and the pan into the oven at the same time. And the basket slides, and the basket goes in this groove. And then the pan just sits, and you have to do it at the same time. That's why they say it, because the pan sits on the wire rack that's already in there. If you can see the wire rack that's in there, there it is. And that's what that sits on. So you have to slide them in at the same time because it won't clear, and that's why they say that. But if you want to read the rest of it, you can, but it's pretty much just pretty common sense. And after 10 minutes, we're going to flip the wings around. So we're going to see that in just a second. So right now, what I got to do is get this out, get the pan set right here, and I'm going to spread these wings that have been vacuum sealed for 3 hours. And I'm going to get them spread out on that rack, and we're going to start this thing. I'll be right back. Okay, so this may be a little overkill, but here you go. You set it to air fry. You set temp to 400. That's how you do it. And then you set the time to 25. I'm going to hit start. It doesn't make any noise while it's preheating. I'm going to turn on the light. And when it gets preheated, that fan comes on, and then we're going to put these in. Okay, I've already said it on another video, but I'm going to say it again. This thing preheats faster than any oven I've ever witnessed, and that's the truth. And you can see I went past my time. Well, like they say in the manual, don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. Just open it up. We're going to put the wings in. Line that up right there. Slide the basket in and the pan at the same time. Close it back, and then all you got to do is press time. Take your time back to 25 minutes. And we're back where we were. I'm going to make sure, well, the light's already on. So in a few minutes, or 10 or 15 minutes, we're going to open it up and flip them over and see how they look and let them go a little bit longer and take them out and eat them after that. Okay, so right here it says after 10 minutes, use the tongs to flip the wings and then put them back in the oven and cook an additional 10 to 15 minutes until desired level of crispiness. And then we got to toss them in the reserve sauce I have. Now, if you watched my video on the steaks the other night, you may have already seen this, something Ninja may have to do something about. The pan that's on the bottom, if you see, it has twisted up again. But we're at 15 minutes, so I'm fixing to open it up and toss these wings around. It doesn't seem to be hurting anything. It just shouldn't do it, I wouldn't think. Anyhow, we're going to open it up. I'm going to slide them out. I thought it went back right, but it didn't. I'm going to slide these out just like that. And we're going to flip them, and they're browning up good. That looks great to me. It may look burnt to some people, and somewhat, maybe a little bit, but I don't think it's hurt. As long as you get the part that's burnt, definitely turn down where it doesn't get any more. And these are some big chicken wings, so this may take just a second. As a matter of fact, I'll probably cut this out, so I'll be right back. Okay, so there they are. I've got them all flipped where the burnt, or the charred, a little bit crispy side is down. I ain't gonna call them burnt. They're not burnt. They're just darkened, but they're not burnt. So we're gonna let them go for another, I don't know, we'll check them again and say, you know, when it gets to 5, when it counts down to 5 minutes, we'll check them again and we'll even temp them by that time. Okay, we're coming up on 20 minutes of cook time. So I say we temp them. And slide this all out together at one time. And you can see how they look. They look fine. And we're going to check this one right here. Let's see what we get. 176. I needed to grab the fork. 168, 169. They are hot. I'm going to check it one more time on the other side. 174. Coming back real slow through the center. And we are good. So I'm going to get those out of there. We're going to get them in that bowl and get that stuff on. And that's at 20 minutes of cook time. So hold up, I'm going to get them transferred to here. Okay, so you can see them. Before I put the sauce on them, they look excellent. They really do. They smell excellent. I mean, it's got a great smell to it. And all we got to do now, I may stir this just a little bit. Let me grab something. And just going to pour this over the top of them and kind of toss them around in it. And this is the remainder of the stuff we put on there. You know that. So I ain't got to say it. Y'all know what that is. So we're going to let those sit just a little bit. I'm going to get some on a plate. And I'm going to eat one. Like I said, all I'm going to do is this right here. Just kind of do this right here with them. And again, they smell and look absolutely fantastic. I'm impressed. And the pan, look at if I can show you the pan. It's almost already went back to normal. I just don't see it hurting anything. I mean, yeah, it probably shouldn't do it, but it's just not that big of a deal to me. I mean, I got other pans if it really bothered me, but anyhow, you see it right there. It's almost back flat, and the oven's really not even cooled down. Once it cools, it'll go back flat. Anyhow, I'll be back in just a second. We're going to worry about these, which look fantastic. Okay, so that looks like football season to me. And I have never seen a group of people that was watching a football game that wouldn't eat a plate of food that looks like this. And I'll be honest with you, I cheated a little bit. I've already tasted one. The flavor combination is excellent. It's got a little burn and a little sweet, but that sriracha gives it just enough burn to know it's there. It's a real good recipe. It's a good combination of flavors too. I love lime and I love sriracha though, and honey. So anyhow, again, it's an excellent recipe. The wing is perfect. I mean, I have trouble getting this to work, but trying to get it to focus somewhere, a little bit of a problem, but the wing is cooked perfect. It looks perfect and it tastes perfect. So I don't know if that focus is good enough for you, but you get the idea. You've seen them. Again, you put that on a plate of food, on a plate, and hand it to somebody watching a football game, and it'll get gone, I guarantee it. Thanks for watching my video. Y'all come back to see me. Like, share, subscribe. I'd appreciate that. I'll put my big head right here where you can touch it and subscribe. And I'll throw a video out here somewhere for something for you to watch. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all all. Bye-bye.